Hello and welcome back to the White Pube podcast. I'm so happy to be able to announce the 23rd recipient of the White Pube Writers Grant, which is funded by Creative Debuts. This 23rd award goes to Lottie Walker. Lottie sent us a collection of poems and we were immediately smitten with their cleverness and dexterity. Lottie's poems had a sharpness, this citrus kick that felt like salt on a wound. They stung us and in the same offered a full complexity that we could chew on. We're sharing that collection of Lottie's poems as well as the first chapter of the novel she's working on called Wild Garlic. Both of those PDFs will be linked on the site on thewhitepube.com/writersgrant. But Lottie is going to read a poem that's not on the PDF collection of poems called This Rain. I'm just going to read out a quick bio and then I'm going to stop talking. Lottie Walker is a writer from Somerset, currently based in Cambridge. She is a graduate of literary and cultural analysis from the University of Amsterdam and is currently pursuing her MSc in creative writing at the University of Cambridge. Lottie takes a creative and critical approach towards queer ecology and the concept of paradise to investigate our relationship with the environment. Her eco-critical approach moves through interdisciplinary ways of thinking about the more than human. Her forthcoming work of creative non-fiction, How Does Your Garden Grow?, will explore the culture behind horticulture through conversations in and with the garden. In her poetry, she renegotiates narratives of the natural world. Her collection, Eden, was part of Laurel Collective's exhibition, White Oracle Now, on grief, craft and foresight, and was performed at Reading Climate Festival. And Eden, by the way, is the collection of poems that will be linked, Lottie is co-host of the poetry podcast Beetroot, which aims to broaden discussions surrounding poetry for a new generation of readers. She's established several poetry evenings in Amsterdam, London and Cambridge and enjoys connecting with writers through workshops and performance. So, you can listen to this Rain here, but you can also go to the Writers Grant page and you can watch United We Stream, number 9, DOKA. You can read Wild Garlic, I think potentially read the collection of poems called Eden. You can also follow Lottie on Instagram and follow Beetroot Podcast on Instagram, and we'll link Beetroot Podcast within the podcast show notes here. So I'm going to stop talking and Lottie's going to read This Rain because it's a nice way to listen to text if you prefer this as a format rather than reading the actual texts in the writer's own voice. So I'll stop and I'll be back at the end to give you a bit of like a FAQs, a bit of a chat spiel about what the Writers Grant actually is, if this is of interest to you. Okay, all right, bye.
This rain has washed away the notes taken upon my belly, the full stop of my navel. I dotted the I's at a tattoo parlour in town. I own inked freckles, punctured onto my folding flesh. Each night I trace these constellations, and my skin burns. This rain is water to the desert, touch to the deserted. From this, all living things come asking for return to Mamadas, swollen and suspended above the town, rain coming down. I pull us closer, hustle my veins like silly string into a dark room, where this rain is bullets, is gravel, is hard-boiled sweets, and I begin to paint again from scratch, and I begin again to dress the body at the water's edge in the darkness of this rain.
Hello, it's me again. So, The White Pube Writers Grant is funded by Creative Debuts. Creative Debuts is a disrupting and democratising art platform focused on supporting artists and designers from underrepresented communities that may otherwise go under the radar. So as well as being funders for our Writers Grant, they also do the Black Artist Grant. Info for the Writers Grant is on our website, but check out Creative Debuts for info about the bag, the Black Artist Grant, and you can find them on Instagram as well. So that's creativedebuts.co.uk and at Creative Debuts on Instagram. The White Pube Writers Grant is a one-off £500 grant to be given out to a different working class writer based in the UK once every month. This grant has been set up to support writers of all ages who are early in their careers and would benefit from this no strings attached financial support to help them in whatever way they like, be that money to cover time to write, books, web hosting, printing, subscriptions, research, development, travel, or even just money to fund life expenses and rent. Some writers publish work on their own websites with little to no funding to encourage them. Others pitch to established publications and, if they are lucky, might get paid every once in a while to write for someone else. It's difficult to keep going and harder still to carve out the time to write, which is what writing needs. So we hope this grant will help towards those challenges in some small way. A recipient will be chosen monthly, and this grant is open to individuals, collaborations and groups. The writing could be fiction or non-fiction, creative, criticism, whatever it is you're working on. The White Pube will be selecting recipients, and these will be chosen based on their ongoing research as well as anybody who would like to put themselves forward. There is no formal application process. If you would like to get in touch, please email funding@thewhitepube.com with a very brief introduction to yourself, contact information and of course an example of your writing. This could be text in the body of the email itself, attached to the PDF, or a link to an external website or recording. There is no deadline, as this is a monthly rolling grant, and the grant does not expect any outcomes or reporting. We do have further FAQs on the Writers Grant page on our website, so if you have some questions, definitely double check the FAQs. Go to thewhitepube.co.uk or .com, either one, /writers grant, and all of that information that I just read out, plus the FAQs, plus all of the work of our previous recipients. That's all from me, so I will see you this time next month. Goodbye.